Hi guys, how are you? My picture is terrible, yes, but the importance is that you see me and hear me well. And I will show some slides, so it is not so important because the light is not good, the camera is not perfect. So, okay. So today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to recap Canada, close some issues that remain open, and I will assign some homework for you, okay, because we are now only having classes on Monday, so we have plenty of time to do some stuff. You can do a lot of stuff home, right? So I'm going to start sharing a slide with you where I'm going to review some stuff. We're going to go through some issues, and I'm going to assign some writing, some grammar. Let's go. So to get started with our Oh Canada, do you know the anthem to Canada? It's really weird. It's a really weird anthem. I have problems with this bar because it's generally the bar will stay where I don't want it to be. Okay, so let's go. Let's get started with this great country, Canada. Here goes the flag, the area. Remember, in the listening, we talked. The listening. Some students they had some problems because they didn't know the name of some areas in Canada. So here I have the prairie provinces. Okay, there are these provinces near the United States, and prairie in English means pradaria. The reason for this name, prairie provinces, is because of the vegetation in the area. And here we have the Arctic and subarctic region. It's named like that because of the Arctic circle that is, goes through it. Very cool. Going on. We have another map here. This one is a little bit clear. So the prairie provinces are Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and British Columbia. And the subarctic regions, Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut. This here, Ontario and Quebec are the French provinces. And then there is a lot of other stuff that is not relevant. Let's go on. Here we already corrected. It's that thing we talked about, the origin of words, and how it is sometimes difficult even to realize where the words come from because languages are getting mixed together all the time, and in the formation of the languages there is this phenomena of mixing and everything. This we kind of did already. Here is something that is kind of new for us, so I'm going to take a little longer here. When I talk about slang, and as an English teacher, it's something students always want to learn. It's kind of funny because students are fascinated with slang, especially young students. And they always ask me, and I think Julia is thinking that, teacher, is it good, is it bad to use slang? Well, it depends a lot. I can tell you for sure that using language in other languages is much more complicated than using languages on your own language. Why? Because of context. Not only linguistic context, but especially cultural, behavioral context. Some kind of slangs are very offensive, and if you don't know the country, if you don't know the culture, and it's sometimes not even about the country, it's about the region, about the specific place, and you use a given language, you may be very offensive and disrespectful. I don't see a big problem with slang when you're talking to your friends if you understand the context, if you know the culture. It's not a problem. Of course, it's not appropriate for business meetings and academic environments, but in general, I think slang puts a little bit of color, shows that you are connected to the culture, you know the language well, but that's the, how can I say, the point. You know the language well. You know the culture, you know the conflict, you know the history. If you don't know it all very well, avoid it. It can be a trap, it can be dangerous, okay? I want you to, I'm talking about using slang in English. I don't know if you use slang when you were speaking Portuguese. I'm talking specifically about using slang in English. So what I want here is I want you to write a text. I will not say short because you can go as long as you want. But I want an informative text. I have already asked you to write some texts with pros and cons. Here's not that I want, it's not that I want. I want an informative text using the elements you find on page 58 of the book. Give some information on slang. Informative texts are used to give information. So you're not giving your opinion a lot here. So this is good, this is bad. No, here you are going to just give information about slang. Let's try to avoid the bias. Bias is viés, viés negativo, viés, okay? So bias, no bias. Only in the last paragraph, you are supposed to tell if you use it, don't, why do you use it, why don't you use it, and there, of course, your opinion on the matter will show, it's not a problem, but just in the final part of the paragraph, okay? And be careful to close your text properly, because sometimes when students write, I have this feeling in the end of the text that they did not finish, they did not close the idea properly, okay? So pay attention to that. You're already very advanced students, so I'm going to be a little bit more with you, okay? Going on, we had a text about Inuits that I asked you to read and do some exercises. I'm not going to read it here. If you have any doubts on pronunciation or anything, you can ask me on WhatsApp. And I will not clear the new words. Why? Because I want you to use the dictionary a lot. I really think we need to improve vocabulary. It's a key factor on having a really good score on MET. If you are a good student, you can get a B1 or a B2 easily. But if you're aiming for C1, if you want a really good score, vocabulary is important, okay? So go for the dictionary if there is any word you don't know. And if you still have doubts, then you ask me, but dictionary first. And here I'm going to correct the questions on page, page 59. Question 1, what's the connection between Eskimo and Inuit? So Eskimo is the word that until recently was used to refer to the Inuit people. This is one example of how vocabulary can be rude and you don't even know. People who don't know Inuit languages or the Canadian culture and anything find Eskimo a perfectly innocent word. It's so cute. Eskimo, beijinho de Eskimo. It's something that for us Brazilians, it's so, you know, but in the context of their culture, Eskimo is eater of raw meat, comedor de carne crua, and it's not a good thing. So if you call Inuit, a person from the Inuit population, Eskimo, he will feel offended, she will feel offended, and that's why vocabulary matters, okay? What is the main economical activity of the Inuit? Seal and whale hunting, and making a parallel between past and present habits. In the home, in the past, they used to live in snow houses and tents. Now they live in wooden houses. Remember, wood is madeira. It's a noun. Wooden is de madeira. It's the material and it's an adjective, okay? Wooden is an adjective. Wood is a noun. Clothes, they used to wear skin garments. Nowadays, they wear modern clothes. Water transportation, they used to use kayaks. Now they use motorboats. Land transportation, they used to go on these sleds pulled by dogs, and now they use snowmobiles. Pay attention, it doesn't mean that they still don't have this past thing preserved in their culture, but now it's really for cultural preservation purposes. In their everyday life, they use something more modern. Okay, guys, if I'm going fast, remember, this is a recording, so you can tell me what to do, you can stop me, you can pause me, you can do whatever you want, but be nice with me, okay? Here's the listening part we did today. It is already on your group, okay, so. And here I talked to the people who were on class on Monday. On page 59, we have some expressions that I use it to give and offer help, assistance. I want you to create a dialogue between two people and use these expressions. So what I mean is that there are two people, one is asking for help and the other is offering, okay? What I want you to pay attention here when you are writing is the context. If it is a formal context, where formal language. If it is people on the street, people who don't know each other, in that case, you use neutral. You don't go using informal stuff with people you don't know. So if you are talking to people on the street, it is a neutral environment, use neutral language. And if it is informal, it's a conversation between brother and sister, sister and sisters, and then you can, okay, use more informal. So I want you to pay attention to the, what's the name of the thing? Context, okay? The Sasquatch, our friend Bigfoot, the measurement stuff I talked to you about, the correction of the listening part, and our friends, the adverbs. Let's say these are adverbs. Very is also an adverb. Remember that adverbs, I use it to give quality, intensity to verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. So you are going to use adverbs always together with a verb, an adjective, or another adverb, okay? Be careful, it's that case of good and well. Good is an adjective, so the adjective can be used with a noun. Oh, good morning. She is a good person. But well is an adverb. It's used to give quality to a verb, to a adjective. So, fulano, let's say, I don't know, fulano is well dressed. Well dressed. Dressed is the adjective or the verb, depending on the context. Well is the adverb, okay? He plays the guitar well. I'm giving quality to the verb play. He plays the guitar well. And here, like I told you in the class, the combination here, guys, is, I will not say random because it's not really random. You know, every language formation has a reason and everything. But if you ask me, does it have a rule? No, it doesn't. The rule is this we use like this because it sounds good. That we use like that because it sounds better that way. It's about what sounds natural. Teacher, if I use very for everything here, is it okay? Yes, very flexible, so you can use it all along. But for example, if you say something is highly significant, a native speaker will understand you. He will say, okay, I understand what she means. But he will like, she's a foreign. You know, her knowledge of English is it's not as good as mine. Depends. Some native speakers really have problems too. But pay attention to this. It's not a big problem. You will be understood. People will understand you, but the more correct versions are here. Okay, so do this, take a look, and I will assign also some. You thought I forgot about grammar? No, I haven't. Okay, so we're going to do some grammar. Oops, sorry, I touched the thing here. Where am I? Oh my God. We are here talking about, oh my God, where's my thing? Adjectives. Yes? Yes. We're going to, oh my God, I put a post-it here and now I lost it. Where's my post-it? Sorry guys. I'm making the video much heavier than it should be. But okay, you're not going to die because of that. Okay? Let's go for adjectives here. Okay? Pages 108, 109, 110, 111, 112. You don't have to do everything, but I will send you some stuff to correct it. Okay? So, do your work. Kisses and bye-bye. Now, bye-bye.